I am a Mocha Mom, and I am back to answer a question from one of my subscribers. Thank you very much for allowing me to bring this up because I think it's a good question. Because I know there have been many times where I felt like I've made a mess and created a situation in my life that may not be pleasing to God, but it's such a mess that I feel like in order to obey God, I'm hurting so many other people. I don't know what to do. And in times like that, I think it's best to match my situation up and line my reasoning up with what principles I find in here. This is my Bible. And it kind of clears away all the ambiguity that my emotion and my human reasoning bring to the situation. And so I'm recommending you do that in your situation. Don't think about people's opinions. Look at the principles that are in here. She got involved in a romantic relationship with a man. She's in her early 30s, but she got involved with this man in her adolescence. She's been with him all these years in a sexual relationship, living with him, and they've managed to have 4 children together. She left him at one point because she says she's in a relationship where he's hurt her and her children so much they couldn't stay. So she left him and had no intentions of going back to him, and was doing well on her own until he came and begged and pleaded that he would change and that he wanted to be with his children. And the burden for her was he's her children's father. And so she went back to him. But now she's afraid that he's going to hurt her again. She's afraid, and she's concerned about the fact that she's in this sexual relationship and she's a Christian and doesn't believe that this pleases God. And she's feeling some torment about that and wondering what she can do because, wow, this man might hurt me again. Should I stay? First, I want to ask you, what do you mean by that? How is he hurting you? Is he beating you? Is he physically abusing your children? Or is your health and life in danger? If in that case, you should really get to a place of safety for you and for your children. The other thing I want to ask you is, does this man believe the way you believe? Because there's a passage of scripture in here that talks about not tying yourself to someone who is not on the same page with you when it comes to your faith and commitment to God. Because it's like having 2 animals, assigned to the task of plowing a field and putting a harness around both of them, and having one animal want to go in one direction and the other animal want to go in the other direction, and expecting them to plow the field, which is straightforward, and neither one of them are going that way. It's an impossible task. It's a very difficult task, especially when you choose to marry somebody, and the choices that you make with, your finances, your children, even where you want to go with your life. If you don't agree, it's extremely difficult to stay together and make it work. Another thing I want to suggest to you is, it seems like the main issue is he's the father of your children. You want to be a family with him. You've probably been with him so long you can't even imagine yourself without him. You've been with him your entire adult life, even though things have been bad. Is there a way for you to work with him even though you're not married? If the issue is that he's not on the same page as you, can he father his children without being in a sexual relationship with you? Now, there's nothing in the Bible that says that 2 people of the opposite sex can't live in the same house together. But you've been with this man all these years. You've been having sex with him all these years. Is it reasonable to believe that you're going to tell him, we're not having sex anymore because God doesn't want me to, and you're still living with him, you're still, walking around comfortable with him, and expect him to adhere to that? It's not going to happen, or it will be extremely difficult. I'm a firm believer that people can change, but it takes a lot of work. And unless it's a miracle, it's not an overnight process. So if this man is on the same page with you when it comes to this, and you just both are struggling on the sexual issue, he can be rehabilitated, but with someone else's help. And you shouldn't be living together while this is going on. I would recommend you go your separate ways, but with the understanding that you're going to get some type of counseling, you're going to get some type of help, and you're going to work through your issues before you try to come together, if that is your hope. But whatever you decide to do, you can't stay the way you are right now. You need to make a change.